What's up, guys? So I figured I'd make a video really quick, letting y'all know how to obliterate anxiety dead in its tracks. So a lot of people probably don't know this, they probably can't even tell, especially from my recent videos, but I suffered from panic disorder for about 3 years, back in like 2012 up until 2014. Just had major anxiety attacks every single day. On a regular basis, over and over again. And I looked everywhere for the answers. I went to all these different gurus, read books, hired a therapist. Interestingly enough, what I found to be the most effective strategy for removing absolutely all anxiety from your life entirely, well, at least to the greatest extent you possibly can, and especially panic attacks, which are like the worst, like the complete edge of anxiety, like the worst anxiety you can have is panic attacks. So when the panic and the anxiety gets so bad that, basically your body just short circuits and it overwhelms you. And what I found is it's an attitude, it's a mindset, it's an approach that you need to develop in order to conquer it. Okay? So a lot of people, when they have anxiety or panic attacks, what they try to do is they look for supplements and herbs. And that's something that I did, and it actually was very effective, by the way. Things like holy basil, things like gynostemma was great, reishi mushroom, and the list goes on. Things like theanine, higher doses of theanine. But you don't actually need all those supplements. A good diet is a proper diet that removes foods that stimulate the body in a unhealthy way. I talk a lot about that in most of my videos. That's going to help you. But the most powerful thing you can do is develop the approach to anxiety that I did, which is simply this. Look, to conquer any problem in life, you must understand where the problem comes from. And if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. And what do people normally do when they have anxiety or an anxiety attack? So anxiety is simply an unhealthy attachment to something that you don't want to happen. Okay, for example, you are late to work and you're rushing to work, and in the meantime, you're like scared that your boss is going to fire you. You're scared you're going to lose your house. And all of these negative visualizations come from this expectation, this anticipation of negative outcomes. So when you expect negative things to happen, that is a surefire way to trigger anxiety. That is where anxiety comes from. And people who say, oh, like anxiety doesn't have to be an attachment to the future, blah, 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 they don't understand how deep this goes. They don't understand what this is, what it means, what I'm saying, or what anxiety is. They just don't understand anxiety. Every single situation where you feel anxiety, it has to do with attachment to a negative outcome. Like you don't want for, like if you have social anxiety, right, and you're in a group of people and you feel anxious, and just talking to people makes you feel anxious, you have social anxiety. You may not realize it consciously, but where that comes from is you're scared of what other people might think of you. And not scared in a traditional sense, like, oh no, I'm so scared, but you've got an attachment to what other people think about you. And or you're scared that, someone's gonna talk down on you, someone's going to belittle you, all sorts of things. But they all come from, whatever it is, it's an attachment to a negative outcome. It's an attachment to something that you don't want to happen. And so the reason why this is so important to understand is because that is how you got to do the opposite. You got to do the opposite in order to conquer anxiety. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So if you constantly are attached to this negative outcome, like, oh God, like resisting it, like I don't want it to happen, you're encouraging anxiety. And so you have to do the opposite. Instead of resisting it, accept it, allow it, desire it. And this is exactly what I did to completely remove panic attacks. I've talked about this in depth in many other videos. Basically, what I started doing was I was excited for panic attacks. And you may think, oh no, anxiety, people say anxiety hurts, it's painful. Why would I want anxiety? That's impossible. What you're saying is nonsense. But that's the way you're thinking about it. And so, and like, you know, if you continue thinking that way, then you're going to continue to have these problems. And nothing you do, no medication, nothing, is going to help you the way that this mindset will. When you start to welcome the panic, desire the panic, want the panic to come, it will go away. And so what I did, and you can do this through many ways. What I personally did was I was like, okay, I have all these strategies to use, these breathing techniques, this herb. Let's go. I want the anxiety to come so that I can test this new supplement or test this new technique. And I got really excited about it. And when the panic was coming, I was like, oh God, here it comes. Yes. And suddenly the panic started to fade away. And I'm like, wait, what the hell? Come on, panic. Don't go away from me. Let's go. You know? And I was even laughing, like how I'm excited right now, thinking about it. That's how I was. I was like, whoa, what the hell? What's going on? Come back to me, panic. And it would go away. And every single time I started to feel the panic attack coming on from that point on, it would become less and less and less until it just didn't come anymore. And then I was disappointed. I was disappointed that the panic attacks went away. Now, if you compare that to somebody who suffers from panic disorder, and which I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder and panic disorder at the time, not anymore. Most people who have these disorders, they are not excited for it. They are not disappointed if panic attacks go away. They want the panic attacks to never happen. They're so like, no, don't happen. I don't want the panic. Here it comes. Oh my God. Call the ambulance. Call the hospital, you know, which is what I used to do. I used to call the ambulance. I called 911 when I used to have panic attacks. But, you know, you're so scared of the panic. You're so scared of the anxiety. You're so like, oh no, like I feel this negative feeling. I don't want to feel this negative feeling. You're resisting the anxiety, resisting the panic attack. Or even if doesn't get to a panic attack or an anxiety attack, which some people say are different, resisting the anxiety makes it bigger. And that's key. All these other techniques and things that people talk about, not going to fix it. They might help you, they might not help you, but I'm not talking about helping. I'm talking about completely removing it. It is first created in the mind. And so when you're anxious about something, typically you visualize it, and then the visualization actually triggers a stress response in your body, which triggers anxiety. And the feeling of anxiety is literally just your body responding to stressful visualizations and thoughts. And so to kill anxiety, you've got to change your approach, change your philosophy towards it. You've got to welcome it. You've got to accept it. And the last thing you want to do is resist it. And anxiety will start to fade away. You know, in the case of like a real world problem, like, oh, like, I don't know if I'm ever going to find a job, I'm going to lose my house. Like, those are real world things. You can kill the anxiety, you know, remove the anxiety from the situation and still deal with the problem. In fact, when you remove the anxiety from the situation, you'll actually deal with the problem much more effectively. Anxiety serves no purpose other than to make you suffer. And so people who say, oh, it's easy for you to say you don't have problems in life. Like, I have problems just like everyone else. The difference is that I create strategies and I remain calm and I solve the problem. And then I wonder why I would have ever been anxious in the first place. But what other people do is they freak out, they can't think clearly, and they just stress themselves out until the problem either goes away or they fix it, or maybe the problem blows up in their face. But no matter what, you know, stressing about it's not going to help. And so removing the resistance is key. And there are herbs and things you can take. Exercise helps. and I made plenty of videos on that, but this is the root cause of the problem. So leave your questions down below. Talk to y'all next time.